Hey guys, I'm Katie from Mitza Creek Farm, and I have a few different projects I'm going to be working on today in today's video. I have a few things that I have been meaning to do down here in the high tunnel. Some things I bought for pumpkin season. And then when I get that kind of stuff done, then I am moving on to harvesting our first pumpkins for the year, for the 2020 pumpkin season. So that's exciting. So, as you guys know, we have been working really hard trying to get all this stuff done. Behind me here, you can see the movable fence that looks really cute. The plan is to have pumpkins and mums all kind of underneath there, so it looks really cute. It is just a week and a half, 2 weeks till our technical, what we were planning on opening, but the virus is hitting our area really hard right now, so we aren't sure on what we're gonna do yet. So we're kind of still going full speed ahead, but on the other hand, we're also prioritizing what needs to be done and making things so that they're movable, so that if we just need to have the roadside stand, everything that we're doing here can be moved to down there. So let me show you what we've been doing. Here's our retail space, the stone coop. I'm not going to show you in it, but it looks awesome. And we finally got the doors on. I still have to paint these and then put up the signage, but that is done and ready, so that is very exciting. That should be a quick and easy project. Behind me, not sure if you can see that, our mums are starting to flower a little earlier than I want, but that's okay. It's our first time growing them, so we have to learn somehow, right? So these guys get watered and fertilized every single day. They are a lot more labor intensive than I realized going into it, but it's not as crazy as like pumpkins. So I don't know, I'm liking growing them so far. In here we have this great big box, and I've had this for about 3 weeks here, and I bought something special for the pumpkin patch this year. Let me see if I can get Theo to go back to the house so that I can open this without him panting. So last year I showed you guys the video of us washing pumpkins last year and how we do it. I'll link it here, and I decided to make it a little easier on us, and I found this really cool milk house sink, and so I'm gonna have that down here in the high tunnel so that I can use it to wash produce, and I can use it to wash pumpkins in the fall. So let's open it up. Okay, I need you to find a spot and lay down. Go on, Theo, go lay down. Hey, go lay down. Good boy. So I was looking for a unique sink that would hold a lot for down here to build a kind of like a greenhouse or garden washing station out of. And I really wanted to get like a big cast iron one, but those are so stinking heavy, and I was worried that if we have people come here and people come in here or wherever it is, that it might tip on somebody if we didn't have an entire cabinet built for it. Like, I just want something that I can move as the season changes or as things change around here. I want something that I can move, and so I wanted something that was lightweight. And I had seen on a Facebook marketplace or whatever it's called, somebody had posted an antique milk house sink, and I thought that is absolutely perfect for what I want, because a milk house sink is nice and deep. It's fairly big depending on the size you get. I mean, even the small ones are still big, and so I thought, oh, that would be perfect. And the people sold it right away, so I was like, oh shoot. And then I found somebody in southern Wisconsin who is a manufacturer of milk house sinks, and they were selling scratch and dents for really cheap. It actually cost more to get this thing shipped than it did for the sink itself, which still was a lot cheaper than buying it like brand new from a store. So, I love it! Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is our new pumpkin washing sink. So this is, I'm guessing, the reason why it's scratched up there, which is perfectly fine with me. I mean, it's going to be outdoors. This is going to be amazing. I believe this is 36 inches. I absolutely love it, and it's nice and lightweight. So this is going to be our new washing station for down here in the high tunnel. And it even came with a drain, which is even better. I was thinking I'd have to buy that. So that is very exciting. So I have to get that built sometime fairly soon, but it will go next to our seed starting stand that we built. This is going to have like a little side on each side that's going to be made out of wood, but then that way when I'm doing pumpkins, I have something nice and sturdy. But then I'm going to put the seed starting rack right next to it, and then that way I can set the pumpkins on it to dry. So that is the plan for this sink. Before we go harvest pumpkins, let me show you the everything in here really quick. I've been really busy with work and trying to get everything ready. We have a big project coming up that we'll tell you about in the next video that we have been really working our butts off here to try to get ready for. But I've not been able to spend a lot of time down here. I'm literally either sending the kids down to harvest daily, or I'm coming down like every few days to harvest. We're getting so many ripe things that it's just crazy. So let me show you this really quick before we go. I have to get some pumpkins harvested today. So these are our zucchini. Today is August 24th, I believe. And do you see all these zucchini in here? So trellising the zucchini worked really well. And in fact, I need to get this guy trellised here. It's going down again. But we're still getting this many zucchini all the time. It is absolutely crazy. That guy needs to be trellised as well. You can totally tell when we need to prune. The little fruit, the baby fruit, totally are dying. So this guy needs to be trellised, and he's probably they were watered really well, but I'm thinking that with too big fruit on here, that they need fertilizer, which we don't fertilize in here. So I need to harvest at least this one, probably this one too. That'd be really good just with some garlic and Parmesan. But and then these guys will start getting bigger here. And then lots of cucumbers. The girls have been coming down, and Beck has been coming down too, I guess. He doesn't like cucumbers, but he's been coming down to pick. Our Chinese noodle beans are kind of kicking the bucket here. But we're picking tons of beans off of them. So I think their life has expired. And then these are telephone beans that we need to do a good harvest on. The bush beans back there, still doing well. And then the tomatoes are doing awesome. So I have ripe tomatoes like everywhere. And we have chipmunks in here who are eating everything that's like low to the ground. So we're still harvesting somewhere between 10 and 30 pounds of tomatoes a day. And peppers are really doing well as well. So we have peppers galore in there. We're picking a few a day, and we are using them for fresh, and then we are also using them for making tomato sauce. So I might as well water and fertilize the mums while I'm down here. This is my fertilizer bucket. This is just a basic, I believe it was 20-20-20 fertilizer. It is what the greenhouse company and the mum company both recommended we use. Handsome, what you doing? Oh, I see Lily. It's chore time. Lily's right there. And Handsome calls for the kids anytime they are in the driveway. Okay, so our fertilizer is in here. And when I have it like this, it dissolves on its own. And so I turn this off. This is my spray nozzle that I bought at the beginning of the year. And it bit the dust, but it works great. So that I can turn off and connect hoses without getting sprayed, especially when there's quick connects on them. This doesn't have a quick connect on it because it doesn't work very well with one, but when I put the quick connect on, I get sprayed everywhere. This is our siphon. I think it's called siphon jet. Nope, it isn't. It's called dram siphon. I can't read that, it's dirty. Yes, dram siphon jet. And so this just works. It is a 1:20 ratio. And so this works really well if we just put it in the bucket and then we turn it on. I don't think I'll be able to film record or twisting that on, but I'll show you in a minute. So we just put that on there and turn it on, and then it gets fertilizer to everybody. I do want to invest in something a little bigger and easier next year and have it on a timer, because there are quite a few nights where I am out here at midnight turning it off because I forgot to turn it off. So there we go. I have a 5-gallon bucket of the fertilizer concentrate, and it is being sucked through and run through. This is our connection to our drip line, because they were all out of the parts that go directly into the drip line. So we figured it out with some hardware plumbing and and this is like an old garden hose. It was all cracked, so we used that and hooked it up that way, and it works out really well. So usually I walk up and down the rows to make sure that all of the little things are in. I already did that. Sometimes, especially when they were smaller, they'd fall out, but now that they're larger, I haven't had to do it for quite a while, because I think that the little drip lines are like woven in between all the branches on the mums. Over here is the area that got hit hard with the cucumber beetles, and now they have a powdery mildew. They did produce really well, so I'm still on the fence about reordering these two. There were 2 different types over here. Still on the fence about ordering them for next year, because on the one hand they were like a magnet for the cucumber beetles and they were very clearly diseased, but on the other hand they still produced. So it's one of those things where it's good that they produced, but we'd like to have something that is not going to encourage the cucumber beetles to come here. So I'm still on the fence about that, but a lot of these are ready, so I'm going to pick them now. If you haven't seen the video of me showing you how to tell if a pumpkin is ripe, I will link that here. But I will do a quick overview really quick as I'm picking these and see if I can pick them and talk and show you all at the same time. This year, because I have a better setup and everything, my plan is I'm going to put all the pumpkins here in this spacing in between the pumpkin patch here and the high tunnel. And there's tons, let's see, 2, 4, 6, there's 8 or 10 feet here. So I have lots of room that I am going to fill this with pumpkins, because the more they stay out in an area where it gets sunshine and heat and airflow, the quicker they'll cure. And so I'm going to leave them out here as long as possible, and then I'm going to take and move them onto the stand. It was in the front of the high tunnel here, but we moved it the other day, and I put it in the stone coop because that's going to be the perfect place to store them once the weather starts really cooling off. So it's supposed to be hot for the next at least week, so I'm going to store them out here on this landscaping fabric, and then I will move them when they're ready in the in the stone coop. So this one here is a great example. It's not quite fully orange yet. It's got some green right up there, which really isn't, when it's at that point, it doesn't make that big of a deal. But if you look at this curlicue, so the rind is hard, the stem is hard, but if you look at the curlicue, it's not even close yet. So that one's gonna stay. So this is a Marina de Chioga, I believe it's called. And it was on this dead vine here. So I just cut it off and I'm gonna put it up there. It's looking pretty good. The vine was completely dead, so I don't know if it reached its full maturity or if that was because of the cucumber beetles. This one is ready. This is a warty goblin. Oh my goodness, that stem is hard. This might be a two-handed job. I might not be filming a lot of this. So I'm just gonna put that right there next to that guy. And this green will actually continue to turn orange for a bit. Not a lot, but there's not a lot of green on there. And so then these warts will either be white or green on there. So that's gonna look really nice. So this guy here appears to be ready, but I'll be honest, I need help moving it. This has to be at least 60 pounds. Here's my hand, and I'm not quite sure if you can see. This just doesn't do it justice. It's huge. It is absolutely huge. There's some big ones in there too that look like they would be ready. Just is a jungle, so I'm gonna leave those be for now and try to stick to the ones that I can reach easily, where I'm not gonna do damage to the other vines. Here are some of our carved ones that I've showed you guys in previous videos. So these are the two that I did on the pumpkin carving video. I'll take it here. That's the one that I had done before and I knew wasn't very good. It turned out pretty well. I should probably wash that excess scabbing off before I put it out to sell it. I'll do that when I wash them, because I do still have to wash these guys, and then I think that'll look a lot more cleaned up because all that stuff will be off. There we go, that's more cleaned up. So that looks a lot better, but still not as good as that one does. That one looks awesome, both of them do. Now the permanent marker that was on there, I just cleaned up with a magic eraser and it seemed to work well. I should though do the magic eraser right after I do the carving, and that'll make it come off a lot easier and not have to go around all the scabbing. We were able to get a good start on harvesting the pumpkins out of this field. There are a few one too many, which are the white ones with the red lacing, and porcelain doll, which are the pink ones that need to be picked, but they are deep in there and I don't want to cause any damage to the vines. And so they'll be okay on there because theoretically what people do is they let the vines die and then they go harvest them. So we have like a couple weeks yet that we can let them sit on there. And so I'm gonna do that and see how they do. I already broke some of the vines there trying to get through there. And I have lots of pumpkin pie pumpkins that are ready. I have some Long Island cheese that are getting close. Lots of the porcelain doll, the one too many, and a lot of warty goblins. I think that's what's pretty much in this bed. Oh, and a lot of Marina di Chioga, but they are not quite ready yet. There are a few that are ready, and I got those picked. Some are way over on the fabric, way over there. But I left those for the night because they'll be fine there for the night. But I have quite a few of those that are almost ready and ready. And so I got the ones that I could see that were ready, and we'll get the rest on another day. But I don't know if you can see in there. And there's lots of pumpkins in there. I'm going to try to go up and pick some gourds as well. No, you know what? It's getting too dark. The mosquitoes are coming out. I'm gonna be done. I have some other work I have to do, and I want to get some videos edited. The ones on Mr. Handsome, get those ready and scheduled and out, and then I'm not scrambling at the last minute. I have a lot of editing I'm gonna do, and it's already well past 8. So That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next time. If you have any questions about our pumpkins, leave them in the comments below. I love to share what I know, or if you have a question and I don't know the answer, I'm probably wondering the same thing, and so I'll either research it or look into it some more so I can get it figured out. So this is all, for those of you that are new to us, this is all new to our family. We bought this property 4 years ago, and we had our 4-year anniversary at the beginning of July. And so this is our 3rd year doing pumpkins, 1st year doing mums. And so we are not we're beginning farmers. And so this is all new. So we are learning as we go. We're doing lots of research, watching lots of videos, and trying to figure it out so that we can do this where we can do it affordably. Start small, grow as we have the money to expand and that kind of stuff, and it seems to be working out well. So I'm going to pick a watermelon to bring up to the house so that we can have it for breakfast. But thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.